Once you turn 18, you're now legally considered an adult. You can buy lottery tickets, sign contracts on your own, but most importantly, you can start building your wealth. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the 4 things that you should do when you turn 18 if you want to be financially free. These are things that I wish that my parents taught me when I was 18, so here you go. Number 1 is open a Roth IRA account. A Roth IRA is a taxable retirement account that allows you to skip capital gains tax. This is something that's so powerful that the government already limits you to contribute up to $6,500 a year in theory. Now you may think this isn't a lot or not a big deal, but $200 a month into an index fund for 40 years is enough to make you a millionaire. And this is because something called compound interest, which I will go later on in the video. Just $10 a day into an index fund through a Roth IRA can make you a millionaire over time. And now I know this may seem pointless because who wants to be rich when they're old? You want the money now. I get it. I've had this conversation with myself. But becoming rich when you're young and retiring a millionaire is 2 different ball games. To become rich when you're young, you need to get into some super high income career, such as professional sports, acting, doctor, lawyer, or some sort of STEM, or a major with a high earning potential. Or you have to start some sort of business where your inputs are disconnected with your outputs. And what I mean by that is that you can put 1 hour of work and maybe make $10,000, $20,000. You can also put in 100 hours of work and make $0. That's just the nature of entrepreneurship. That's very hard to do and requires a lot of upfront work with maybe 0 pay. And starting a business or becoming a lawyer is not for everyone, but investing is. So that's where retiring early and rich comes into play. Everyone can do it. And this is something that everyone needs and you should do regardless of what you want. And number 2, get a credit card. If you want to be able to get good loans for things like a house or a car, you need a good credit score. So the sooner you start building your credit, the better credit score you will have when the time you need it. And one of the most common ways and easiest ways to start building credit is to get a credit card. You even need to use it all the time. Get a credit card, set up auto pay so you don't miss a payment, maybe buy Chipotle once a month, and then forget about it. And that's all you really need to do in order to start building your credit. And if you're confused, a credit score is basically like a report card that the bank has on you that shows whether or not you're good at borrowing money. An 800 credit score is basically like an A. You're great at borrowing money and they trust you. If you have somewhere in the 500s or even lower, you basically have an F and they know that you're not going to give your money back. And if you're really advanced, what you can do is actually become an authorized user on your parents' credit card. What that does is let you piggyback on their credit history, thus making your credit score, making it way better than it might be. My parents did that for me and right now I have an 800 credit score. Number 3, get a stream of income. Learning how to manage your money is one of the hardest things that you can do. And that's because you have to fight against all your impulses and all your desires. So in order for you to learn how to manage your money, you need to make money. Pretty simple, right? Get some sort of stream of income. It could be a side hustle, some part-time job, or whatever. The goal is to just get some skin in the game to learn how you react to losing money or to making money. And lastly, invest heavily and often. So this is where compound interest comes in, because the earlier you invest, the more time you give your money to grow and compound. A year difference in investing could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. I want you to think about how cartoons portray rolling down a snowball. A character will roll down a snowball down a hill. At first, it's just a small little pebble, but the longer and more time it goes down the hill and the more snow it picks up, eventually at the end of the hill, this seemingly small pebble turns into this massive snowball. And that's exactly what compound interest is. It's interest upon interest, and it doesn't look like a lot at the beginning, but at the end it keeps going up and up and up and up until it's a massive egg. And when you're 18, unless you're taking care of the family, your expenses are at an all-time low, so you need to take advantage of that and invest as much as you can. Now, of course, this doesn't mean you'll immediately become a millionaire, but you'll position yourself in the best way possible to grow and learn. And I know topics like these may seem not important or just something that you can push off when you really need it, but in reality, this is one of the most important things that you can learn right now, because it only becomes harder. When you reach college, you have all these other responsibilities, you have to start paying student loans, and you have other things to worry about. And then after college, assuming you want to move out, you want to get a car, you have houses, you have bills to pay, you're going to need these skills. So the earlier you lock in and learn these skills, the better off you'll be. And this is where delayed gratification kicks in, because you're really not going to see a lot of the fruits of your labor until later on. Until you give more time for your money to compound and grow, you're really not going to see much work, or you're really not going to see much progress. But trust me, the secret sauce in getting rich is in the habits. Because life is a marathon, not a race. So you have to really work on your day-to-day, staying consistent and try to become better every single day. And it's not really just about getting rich. It's about being in a position where you can financially be okay. You don't have to worry, you're not worried about paying rent. You're not worried about where you're going to get your food. It's just about alleviating some of that financial stress. And in today's economy, you're going to need it. Housing prices are insane, inflation's going crazy, and pretty much everything is expensive. So being financially savvy and knowing your finances is a really good skill to learn. And you don't even need a fancy degree. You can watch YouTube videos, read some books, or even just look at your own life. Trust me, if you look at your bank statements, you'll probably see a lot of expenses that you don't really need. So if you're 18 or turning 18, mark this down and try to do this as best as possible. And if you're older, see if you have any of these things. Do you have a Roth IRA? Do you have a stream of income? Do you know how to manage your money? And are you investing? If you enjoyed this, I had to do this for a school project, so that's why it's kind of bare bones. But if you like this, click the like button, and until next time.